I now give the floor to the representative of Syrian Arab Republic.
Mr. President, at the outset, I would like to congratulate you for assuming the presidency of the Security Council for this month. I would like also to thank your predecessor, the Ambassador of Ghana, for the efforts he made during his presidency of the Council last month. Mr. President, we are meeting here like previous meetings with no developments whatsoever that require the Council to meet to discuss. However, certain Western countries are persistent in their insistence to flout the resources and the time of the Council instead of discussing other important and pressing issues related to the maintenance of international peace and security and upholding the principles of the Charter of the United Nations. The delegation of my country refuses the false accusations leveled by certain Western countries against my country, which are predicated on unprofessional and unobjective reports that culminate from the political pressures exerted by certain countries on the Technical Secretariat of the OPCW. Also, we call for realigning the work of the OPCW and to stop politicizing its technical role and to uphold professional and impartial principles of work. Mr. President, the Syrian Arab Republic unequivocally condemns and categorically condemns the use of chemical weapons under any circumstances by anyone and anywhere, and we do stress that we have voluntarily accessed the CWC and we have honored our obligations thereunder, as we have destroyed all our stockpiles of chemical weapons and the production and their production facilities in record time. Since we have exceeded the convention until this very day, we continue to cooperate with the OPCW and its technical secretariat. In this regard, I would like to refer to certain aspects of cooperation between Syria and the OPCW. First, the Syrian Arab Republic has presented to the Director General of the OPCW its report number 108 on 15th of November 2022, which covers the activities carried out by Syria during the reporting period. Secondly, the Syrian Arab Republic has agreed to extend the tripartite agreement between Syria, the OPCW, and the UNOPS for 6 months until 30th of June 2023. Third, the FFM visited Syria during the period between 6th and 12th of November, and they were provided by all facilitations towards the success of their mission. Regrettably, this constructive cooperation was not reflected in the report of the Technical Secretariat. In this regard, I would like to reiterate that we expect the FFM and we continue to wait for the FFM to issue reports on the incidents reported by the Syrian Arab Republic since 2017 and which have been delayed under groundless pretexts. Fourthly, the Syrian Arab Republic reiterates that it is keen on holding the high-level meeting between the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates and the National Authority, as well as the OPCW Director General, as soon as possible, according to an agenda to be agreed by all parties to contribute to resolving the outstanding issues. In this regard, I would like to stress that the Syrian National Authority has responded to the proposed agenda by the Technical Secretariat, and we have put forward certain substantial proposals towards the success of that meeting. We were looking forward to discussing all those issues during the meeting that was supposed to be held between both parties. Fifth, my delegation regrets that the Technical Secretariat of the OPCW has refused to cover the expenses of the participation by the Syrian party to the meeting which was proposed to be held in Beirut to discuss a number of issues. Thus, the meeting was not held. Notwithstanding the fact that the Technical Secretariat has been covering the expenses of participation in such meetings since we started our cooperation. Also, taking into consideration the economic hardships whereby Syria is going due to the unilateral compulsory measures, those measures which are illegitimate and which imposed on Syria by very well-known countries. Although the Technical Secretariat did not agree to the proposal by the National Authority to hold the meeting in Damascus. Mr. President, we reiterate and we insist on our position regarding the illegitimacy of the IIT, as the agreement does not provide for investigations to be held or to be conducted by the OPCW Technical Secretariat regarding the attribution or the determination of the use of chemical weapons. We also consider that granting this illegitimate mandate to the team was authorized through flagrant encroachment by certain states to serve their own ulterior motives in Syria. Based on the foregoing, my delegation reiterates its categorical rejection to acknowledge this team and its erroneous and unprofessional work, which will eventually lead to false conclusions. Mr. President, the Security Council has recently renewed Resolution 1540 of 2004, which aims to prevent non-state actors from possessing WMDs and the means of their delivery, including chemical weapons. My country supports this resolution strongly, as we have always abided by this resolution, and we have always reported to the 1540 Committee on the use by certain terrorist entities of toxic chemical weapons or the fabrication of chemical incidents in Syria, which unfortunately are not lent the necessary attention. That's why we look forward to the implementation of all the aspects of this resolution. In conclusion, Mr. President, my delegation calls upon the Security Council to reconsider its approach as regards discussing this file by addressing all the relevant developments objectively while maintaining its technical nature, away from any politicization or exerting any pressures on the Technical Secretariat of the OPCW. Allow me, Mr. President, before I conclude my statement, to refer to what was said by the representative of Ireland, as he said that Syria wants to impose its opinion as regards the composition of the team. I would like to tell my colleague that this is inaccurate. Actually, this is totally erroneous, because Syria does not want to impose its opinion as regards to the composition of the team. However, Syria is entitled to accept or to reject the team, especially if Syria has compelling evidence of the unobjectivity of some of the experts in the team. Thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the representative of Syrian Arab Republic for the statement.